Well, hello again. Welcome again to another episode of Down to Earth but Heavenly Minded podcast. And I'm your host, Irvish. And as we are going through our textbook for life, the Bible, we are still in the book of Exodus, and we're in chapter 28. But before I even do this chapter, I was thinking about when I shared that article on the tabernacle. Maybe we should just look at a couple visuals here before we go, so you kind of got uh, the word picture in mind. But now I'll just give you an image. In fact, we're going to be going into the priestly garment, so I'm going to give you an image of that as well. So, with that said, I'm going to get it up on the screen here. Just give me a second here. First of all, here's an image of the uh, tabernacle that we're going through, kind of get an idea what it looks like after reading all the text. This is just kind of a cutaway. And here we have the holy and the holiest of holy, and then we have the curtains around the outside. And like I said, I've seen replicas, a full scale replica, to be honest with you. Uh, and it was uh, built and designed just the way the scripture says it should be. So here we have what we're looking at here is we have the table of showbread, we got the candle a stick, and then we have the uh, laver, we got the holiest of holies where we have the Ark of the Covenant and then the coverings. And this was a portable tabernacle, so it could be moved when the children of Israel moved. It could also be moved. And now let's just take a look at the priestly garments here. We'll see this and we go through the scripture. We have the golden crown, the onyx shoulder pieces, and the ephod with the girdle, and then the breastplate, and then they'll have all the stones in it. 12 tribes of Israel. They have the blue robe, the bells and the pomegranates around the outside, and the inner white robe. And this is the high priest's garment. And this is from the chapter that we're going to be in, chapter 28, and verse 4 through 43. And we'll see that when we read that. So with that said, let me get our screen back up here so we can go through our scripture. Okay, we're back to normal here. So let's just go through the scripture here. Now this is the priestly garment. Then bringing near to you Aaron, your brother, and his sons with him from among the people of Israel to serve me as priest. Aaron and Aaron's sons, Nadab and Abihu, Eleazar and Issachar, and you shall make holy garments for Aaron, your brother, for glory and for the beauty. You shall speak to all the skillful who I have filled with the spirit of skill, that they make Aaron's garment to consecrate him for my priesthood. These are the garments that they shall make: a breastplate, an ephod, a robe, a coat of checker works, and a turban, and a sash. They shall make holy garments for Aaron, your brother, and his sons, to serve me as priests. They shall receive gold, blue, and purple scarlet yarn, and fine twisted linen. And they shall make an ephod of gold, of blue, of purple, of scarlet yarn, and of fine twisted linen, skillfully worked. It shall have 2 shoulder pieces attached to its 2 edges, so that it may be joined together, and a skillful woven band on it shall be made like it, and be of one piece with it, of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet yarn, and fine twisted linen. You shall take 2 oxen stones and engrave on them the names of the sons of Israel, 6 of the names on the one stone, and the names of the remaining 6 on the other stone, in the order of their birth, as jewelers engrave signets, so shall you engrave the 2 stones with the names of the sons of Israel. You shall enclose them in settings of good fillet, and you shall set the 2 stones on the shoulder pieces of the ephod as stones of remembrance for the sons of Israel. And Aaron shall bear their names before the Lord on the 2 shoulders for remembrance. You shall make settings of gold filatries in 2 chains of pure gold twisted like cords, and you shall attach the corded chain to the settings. You shall make a breastpiece of judgment in skilled works in the style of the ephod. You shall make it of gold, blue, and purple, and scarlet yarn, and fine twisted linen shall be made as you make it. It shall be square, a double of spanned its length, and spanned its breadth. You shall set in it 4 rows of stones, a roll of sardis, topaz, and a carbuncle shall be the first roll, and the second is an emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond, and the third roll a jasper and agate and emeralds, and the 4th roll a beryl, an oxen, and a jasper. They shall be set in a gold filatry, and shall be 12 stones with the names according to the names of the sons of Israel. They shall be like signets, each engraved with its name for the 12 tribes. You shall make for me a breastplate, twisted chains like cords of pure gold, and you shall make for the breastplate 2 rings of gold, and put the 2 rings on the 2 edges of the breastplate, and you shall put the 2 cords of gold in the 2 rings at the edge of the breastplate. The 2 ends of the 2 cords you shall attach to the 2 settings of fillet, in so attaching it in front of the shoulder piece of the ephod. You shall make 2 rings of gold, and put them at the 2 ends of the breastplate on the inside edge next to the ephod. And you shall make 2 rings of gold, and attach them to the front of the lower part of the 2 shoulder pieces of the ephod, at its seams above the skillful woven bands of the ephod. And they shall bind the breastplate by its rings to the rings of the ephod with the lace of blue, so that it may lie on the skillful woven band of the ephod, so that the breastplate shall not come loose from the ephod. So Aaron shall bear the names of the sons of Israel in the breastplate of judgment on his heart when he goes into the holy place, to bring them to regular remembrance before the Lord. And in the breastplate of judgment you shall put a Urim and a Thummim, and there shall be on Aaron's heart when he goes in before the Lord. Thus Aaron shall bear the judgments of the people of Israel on his heart before the Lord regularly. You shall make a robe of the ephod all blue, and it shall have an opening for the head in the middle of it, with a woven binding around the opening, like the opening in a garment, so that it may not tear. On its hem you shall make pomegranates of blue and purple and scarlet yarn around the hem, with bells of gold between them, a gold bell and a pomegranate, a gold bell and a pomegranate around the hem of the robe. And it shall be on Aaron when he ministers, and its sounds shall be heard when he goes into the holy place before the Lord, and when he comes out, so that he does not die. You shall make a plate of pure gold, and engrave on it, like the engraving of a signet, holy to the Lord. And you shall fasten it on the turban by a cord of blue, and it shall be on the front of the turban. It shall be on Aaron's forehead, and Aaron shall bear any guilt from the holy things that the people of Israel consecrate as their holy gift. It shall regularly be on the forehead, that they may be accepted before the Lord. You shall wave the coat in checker works of fine linen, and you shall make a turban of fine linen, and you shall make a sash embroidered with needlework. For Aaron's son you shall make coats and sashes and caps. You shall make them for glory and beauty, and you shall put them on Aaron your brother, and on his sons with him, and shall anoint them, and ordain them, and consecrate them, that they may serve as priests. And you shall make for them linen undergarments to cover their naked flesh, and they shall reach from the hip to the thigh, and they shall be on Aaron and on his sons when they go into the tent of meetings, or when they come near the altar to minister in the holy place, lest they bear guilt and die. They shall be a statute forever for him and for his offspring after him. And that concludes the reading of our chapter and this session in our series as we go through the textbook for life, the Bible. So with that said, we're going to end our broadcast today, and we'll see you next time, Lord willing. God bless. Bye for now.